Several community leaders recently met on a chilly and windy morning to break ground for the North Carolina Veterans Park, located right here in Fayetteville. When completed, this beautiful park will not only provide a place for veterans and others to reflect, but will also become a beautiful green space and gateway for our city. Join us as we watch the groundbreaking.
Today we are all gathered here to break ground for the North Carolina State Veterans Park. When completed, this park promises to be a world-class tribute to veterans from North Carolina that serve in all branches of the United States military.
If North Carolina is to appropriately recognize her veterans, and surely she must, there's no more appropriate location than this soldier sanctuary city, this military town, and this hallowed parade field where honor and sacrifice are celebrated each and every day. The history of Fayetteville is interwoven with the history of our country's military and the service that North Carolina veterans have offered in defense of the freedoms that you and I enjoy. We stand just a few miles from where our state's earliest veterans fought to secure our independence from Britain, a few blocks away from where Union and Confederate veterans clashed in the Civil War, less than a football field away from where North Carolina veterans' families stood at these train tracks and bus stations to see soldiers leave for places like Sicily and Anzio. And today, just a few miles away from Green Ramp, where we see our veterans return from new places like Fallujah and Kandahar. And throughout it all, this great state and this great city have stood tall in support of North Carolina's veterans. With a close proximity to the Airborne and Special Operations Museum and Freedom Memorial Park, Veterans Park and Freedom Trail will combine to form a magnificent gateway into our beautiful, rejuvenated, and revitalized downtown. But this park is much more than making our downtown better or making our city more attractive. It's about showing our patriotism and our gratitude to veterans of all services, many of whom call Fayetteville home. It's about providing a scenic place of beauty to reflect and to relax. It's about offering a venue for veterans to share together in their sacrifices and to teach families and younger generations about the blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into making our country free. Today's groundbreaking reaffirms the long-standing commitment of a state and her citizens who care for her veterans, and it helps tell the story of a city that cares. As mayor, I'm proud to say, not just today, but every day, Fayetteville cares. May God bless each of you.
The ground we're breaking this morning is for the North Carolina State Veterans Park, funded by the General Assembly, as a place where our state honors all veterans of all services for their devotion and service to our state and our nation. And I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to former Senator Tony Rand, whose steadfast championship of this project in this location brought this project to fruition. The intent of the General Assembly is for veterans to come from all corners of North Carolina and the rest of the nation and beyond to spend quiet moments of thought in this lovely place, to enjoy nature here and to enjoy the company of those they love, and to remember and reflect upon their own service to our country. Our community is, of course, thrilled and honored that the North Carolina State Veterans Park will be here in this gorgeous spot, in a place whose military history stretches back to before we were a state or before we were a nation. This was a military community. When this park is completed, it will be not just a place in Fayetteville, North Carolina, or in Cumberland County. There will be parts of North Carolina's history and literally its very being in this park. And I want to tell you a little of what will be here. We will have soil from all 100 counties of North Carolina. And think of that. We will have soil from the beach counties, Brunswick, New Hanover, Dare. We'll have soil from the mountain counties that will be rocky soil, but it will be part of all of the people of North Carolina. We'll have granite quarried in Mount Airy, near the Virginia line. We'll have lighting fixtures that were manufactured in Raleigh, concrete manufactured right here in Fayetteville. We'll have plants, trees, and flowers, bushes, and all kinds of growing things from all parts of North Carolina. Some of them that are only found in North Carolina, and they will be here in this park. We're going to collect palm prints from veterans across the state and display them so that there will be physical parts of veterans from all over North Carolina as part of this park. And artwork, particularly sculpture, created by veterans from all across North Carolina. So this will truly be a state park located in Fayetteville.
We gather today to honor the veterans of North Carolina, men and women who left their homes to serve the nation and to protect the freedom that many of us too often take for granted. They served in the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, and the Merchant Marine, often going into harm's way, and after their service returned home to work quietly beside us, continuing their service to their towns and cities and schools, churches and businesses, enriching the social fabric of our communities. From early colonial times, North Carolinians have heeded the call to military service to protect home and hearth. During the American Revolution, they fought battles at places like Moore's Creek Bridge, and Kings Mountain, and Guilford Courthouse to help forge the final victory that gave our nation independence and freedom. The fighting prowess, courage, self-sacrifice, and determination of our soldiers was esteemed by General Robert E. Lee, who, when considering the contributions of Tar Heel regiments in the Army of Northern Virginia, said, "Thank God for North Carolina." Service in the armed forces of the United States is most often only a short period in the lives of those who serve. I am reminded of the late Elmo Jones of Greensboro, who served as a pathfinder with the 82nd Airborne Division on D-Day, 6 June 1944. Upon landing behind German lines in Normandy, France that fateful morning, Elmo looked around and explained, "Hey, I just cracked Hitler's fortress Europe." Such is the spirit of North Carolina warriors. After the war, Elmo returned to Greensboro and became a leading businessman, setting up a successful manufacturing business that provided jobs and strengthened the post-war economy of our state. Such is the quality of our veterans, who are a vital part of so many aspects of our community life. The same spirit that impelled Elmo Jones to volunteer to protect the ideals that make life itself worth living continue to inspire North Carolinians to serve our nation in places like Afghanistan and Iraq, at sea, in the air, and on the ramparts of our North American home. It is right and a good thing for us to dedicate a special place to honor our veterans, who, as the North Carolina Veterans Park Statement of Purpose proclaims, "From the soils of North Carolina, you left your families and homes with purpose to serve your country. In service, you made sacrifices. You are our veterans. This is your place to reflect on and share your experiences, to feel pride in your service, bond with fellow veterans, and heal. Here may you find support and inspiration to live your lives today. The people of North Carolina honor your service and welcome you home." Thank you.